Okay, now we will continue. What had happened to Chandini, isn't it? So, what did she do? She left Abu Khan, isn't it? Now look. Chandini reached the hills and how did she go? In that small hut where she is being locked, there was the window which was open. So, poor Abu Khan did not come to know about the open window. And that night itself, what did she do? She jumped out of that window and went straight to the hills. Chandini reached the hills. So straight, where did she go? To the hills. It seemed to her that the old hill were standing in a row to welcome her. She felt like a child meeting her parents after years of separation. Wherever she went, the tall grass rose to embrace her, the flowers bloomed to amuse her, and the wind sang an endless song of welcome. How different all this was from her past to the present house of Abu Khan's compound. It was the happiest day in Chandini's life. So, which was the happiest day in Chandini's life? The happiest day in Chandini's life? Which is the happiest day? The day which she had gone from home from Abu Khan, isn't it? Now we will see. Chandini reached the house, reached the hills. It seemed to her that the old hills were standing in a row to welcome her. So when she went, she felt more happy. Why? Because she thought all the hills which are arranged in a row is waiting to welcome her. She felt like a child meeting her parents after years of separation. So that how did she feel? She felt how a child feels to meet his parents after a long time. That means that maybe the child will be looked after by the grandparents and their parents may be outside or abroad. And after many years they are coming back going to settle down with their child, isn't it? So that time, how do a child feel when seeing the parents in front of him after a long time? The same happiness who also felt, Chandini also felt when she went to the hills, and when she saw a row of hills standing there as if they seems to be welcoming her. Wherever she went, so she was excited. She started jumping here and there in that hills. The tall grass rose to embrace her to catch hold of her, isn't it? Like a kissing, embracing. The flowers bloomed to amuse her. Flowers were making her happy. And the wind sang an endless song for welcome. And even the wind was singing for her. Wind. What are the things that can happen? The tall grass embracing, her, then flowers amusing her, and then wind singing for her, isn't it? So everything seems to be everything seems to be happy, and they are waiting for Chandini to join with them, isn't it? The wind was singing endless song, the flowers are blooming up, and they are also showing their happiness, and at the same time the tall grass also showing the happiness. How different all this was from the past in the present house of now. Abu Khan's compound is considered to be the prison. Prison means yes, jail, where the criminals are taken, isn't it? They are put inside a cell, isn't it? Like the birds in a cage. When the birds are put in a cage, it is a prison for that bird, isn't it? Because they are not allowed to go out, isn't it? So it is like a prison. So now she is comparing her past life was in the prison of who? Abu Khan, isn't it? So it was actually the prison only, because she was not able to enjoy all this beauty of nature which she saw in the hills, isn't it? So only in the compound, in Abu Khan's compound only she was having her food and nothing else. So now when she left that house, it was considered as the prison. Also now when she left that prison, she was feeling more happy. Understood? It was the happiest day in Chandini's life. So she felt after a long time the happiest day in her life had come, which was the day when she had reached to the top of the hills. Understood? Chandini reached the hills. It seemed to her that the old hills were standing in a row to welcome her. She felt like a child meeting her parents after years of separation. Wherever she went, the tall grass rose to embrace her, the flowers bloomed to amuse her, and the wind sang an endless song of welcome. How different all this was from her past into the present house of Abu Khan's compound. It was the happiest day in Chandini's life. That day, she played for hours on the grassy slopes of the hills. She met a herd of wild goats who asked her to join their group. But Chandini politely refused. She wanted to enjoy her new freedom all by herself. And that day, so she was enjoying herself in that hilltop, isn't it? That day she played for hours on the grassy slope of the hill. So the whole day she was enjoying herself playing in that green grass. She met a herd of wild goats. So he saw a group of wild goats coming over there, and who asked her to join the group. And maybe they are coming there all during the daytime, isn't it? So who is there in the night time? Nobody will be there. Only who will be there? Wolf will be there, isn't it? But daytime it is hiding because other animals used to go there for gazing, isn't it? So now like that, a group of goat had come over there and they asked her to join in their group. But Chandini politely refused. But did she join with them? No, she refused. She wanted to enjoy her new freedom always. So why did she refuse to join in the group of that goats? Because she wanted to enjoy the freedom herself, isn't it? So she thinks that if she go along with the group also, she will not be having that freedom, isn't it? She has to move according to the group. So now she thought that it is better to enjoy herself freely. So she did not want to go with the wild goats. That day she played for hours on the grassy slope of the hills. She met a herd of wild. Herd means a group. Herd, group. Asked her to join their group, but Chandini politely refused. She wanted to enjoy her new freedom all by herself. So why did she refuse when the wild goats asked her to join them? Because she wanted to enjoy her freedom herself. That is why, what did she do? She ran away from whom? Abu Khan. The sun disappeared behind the hill. So the daytime was pleasant for her. She was enjoying herself in the green grass, isn't it? The sun disappeared behind the hills and soon darkness enveloped the grass, the flowers and the trees. The wind stopped blowing and there was stillness all around except for a strange sound which was coming from the bushes. The sound was like a grunt. What was it? It was in Abu Khan's voice calling her back to the compound. Nor was it the voice of another god. Then Chandini thought of the dangerous wolf who lived in the hills. She felt scared. Okay, the sun disappeared, so the daytime she was enjoying herself in the green grass, isn't it? Now what happened? The day is getting over and soon darkness evolved. Soon night started coming. The sun disappeared behind the hills. So sun disappeared. Sun started going down the hills. And soon darkness about the grass, the flowers and the trees, and the whole area was covered in darkness. The wind stopped blowing and there was stillness all around except for a strange sound which was coming from the bushes. So everywhere it was only dark and all had gone for sleeping, isn't it? Nobody was there. So suddenly she could hear a strange sound coming among the bushes. The sound was like a grunt. What was it? So it was the sound making like a wild animal, grunting sound. What was it? It was in Abu Khan's voice calling her back to the compound. Nor was it the voice of Abu Khan. So it was a peculiar sound. It was a strange sound, isn't it? So she thought it is not the sound of Abu Khan, isn't it? Maybe Abu Khan coming and calling her, isn't it? But it was not the sound of Abu Khan because she knows well the sound of Abu Khan. For a long time she was living with him, isn't it? So she can resemble the sound of Abu Khan. So when hearing that strange sound, she understood it was not the sound of Abu Khan or any of another god and not of the same god also. It cannot be of the same breed. Then Chandini thought of the dangerous wolf who lived in the hills. She got scared. So she got the idea Abu Khan had said her. What did Abu Khan had said her? That who is hiding there? A wolf, a wild wolf is hiding there, and whoever goes there, what happens? He will kill them, isn't it? So now she thought that a strange sound may be of whom? Of the wolf who had already said, Abu Khan had said, and she felt scared. Scared means frightened. Scared, frightened. So now she felt frightened. Why did she feel frightened? Because now nobody was there, isn't it? When the sun had gone and the darkness came, the wild goats also must have gone down the hills, isn't it? And other trees and other everybody had started sleeping, and there was everything. Everyone was there asleep. Only stillness was there and no sound was there. That time only this particular sound had come, and nobody is there except thought about the wolf. So now she got frightened. Should she go back to the safety of Abu Khan's hut? No, she said to herself. Death is an open field is far better than live in a small hut. The wolf had come out of the bushes and was staring greedily at Chandini. His eyes were shining like burning coals in the darkness. He seemed in no hurry. He knew the new goat was his. Then at that time she got frightened. So in that fear she thought whether she will go back to Abu Khan's house. Then she thought why to go there and live in that prison. So it is better to die in the open air than to be in the prison, isn't it? Should he go back to the safety of Abu Khan's hut? No. So she thought, no, I will not go back to Abu Khan. She said to herself that she said, death is an open field is far better than life in a small hut. That means it is far better to die than to live in that small hut of Abu Khan. Where was she put at the last? She was put in a small hut, isn't it? Tied with a rope, and the room was locked. So she thought that it is better to die in the open space than to live in the life, than to live in that small hut with the Abu Khan. The wolf had come out. By the time who had come out of the bushes? The wolf had come out of the bushes and was staring greedily at Chandini, and it came in front of Chandini and looking at Chandini, staring at Chandini greedily. By greedily, thinking that he wanted to eat, isn't it? His eyes were shining like burning coals in the darkness. So all around it was darkness, and in that darkness, whose eyes were shining? The wolf's eyes were shining like a burning coal. He seemed in no hurry, and he was not having any hurriness to do anything. He knew the new goat because as soon as this animal is there, all other animals, what will they do? They will, when they see the prey in front of them, what will they do? They will jump over it, isn't it? To get it. But this animal seems to be waiting. Why? He was not in a hurry. Why? Because he knows that the goat which is in front of him is his own. That means at any moment it is sure that he will kill it, isn't it? So why to be in a hurry? That was the animal thinking. Should she go back to the safety of Abu Khan's hut? No, she said to herself. Death in an open field is far better than life in a small hut. The wolf had come out of the bushes and was staring greedily at Chandini. His eyes were shining like the burning coals in the darkness. He seems to be in no hurry. He knew the new bird was his. The wolf and the goat sized up each other. The wolf was big and ferocious, whereas the goat, though healthy, was small. But small is not weak. Chandini stood firm on her legs, head slightly bent and horns jutting out. She was a picture of courage. She looked like a brave soldier ready to fight a treacherous enemy. I must put up a good fight, Chandini thought. Success or failure is a matter of luck or chance. So what did she do? She did not thought of running away, isn't it? She did not thought of running away. At the same time, she thought she will face who? Face the wolf more courageously, isn't it? And the animal was very huge and very big, and she was only a small one, but healthy. So she knows that how to face that strong animal, isn't it? But still, what did she do? She thought of facing the strong animal which was in front of her, and she raised her horns and put her head bending. That means bringing the horns towards that animal and started going towards him. Understood? And thought, I must put a good fight. Success or failure is a matter of luck also. If I fail or if I win, it is a matter of luck or success, isn't it? So it depends on that. But anyway, whether I am failing or winning, I will fight with that terrible animal. Understood? So she put her horns very straight to the animal, bent her head and went towards the wolf. The wolf and the goat sized up each other. They both started getting ready for fighting. The wolf was big and ferocious, whereas so he was a big and ferocious, strong animal. But though healthy, the goat though healthy and small. But at the same time, in size, goat is small but having good health. But small is not big. So small things, every small things, we cannot say they are weak, isn't it? They do have maybe having the same strength like the bigger one. Chandini stood firm on her legs, head slightly bent and horns jutting. That means she started firmly on her legs, putting her head little bent so that the horns will come straight to the animal and stood like that. She was a picture of courage. That courage was there to face that strong animal. She looked like a brave soldier ready to fight a treacherous army, like a soldier going to face the enemy army which is coming towards him. I must put up a good fight, Chandni thought. Success or failure is a matter of luck or chance. So, whether winning or failing, it depends on the luck or chance. The fight began. So, both the animals, what did they do? They started fighting. Which went on through the whole night. They were fighting. The moon, which had been watching the fight. So only who was there? Moon and stars were there, isn't it? Began to grow pale, and suddenly each began the clouds. Stars also began to disappear one by one. Faint light appeared in the east, and the morning call for prayer came from a distant one. So the whole night. So the whole night who was there? Only the moon and the stars were there. They were watching the fight of the Chandini and the wolf. And slowly, the moonlight started fading, and the stars also started disappearing. That means rising of the sun, isn't it? So the next morning, and then from a far distance, they could hear the prayer coming from the mosque. That means morning had come, sun had come up. The first rays of the sun saw Chandini lying on the ground. So, when the sun has come up, who was lying on the ground? Chandini. She was completely soaked in blood. Her whole body was covered in blood. The wolf, tired and sleepy, was getting ready to devour. Again, on the side, the wolf was there. It was very tired, but still it is trying to jump over Chandini. An assembly of birds ready to devour them. Birds perched on top of the tree nearby was debating the result of the fight. So this fight was seen by the birds also. They were sitting in the nearby branches. Who is the winner? One of them asked. Wolf, of course. Most of the wise old bird declared with confidence, Chandini is the winner. So who was the winner? Chandini. The wise old bird said Chandini is the winner. Why? Because till her death she had fought with whom? With the wolf. Isn't it? Understood now? We'll read. The fight began. It went on through the night. The moon, which had been watching the fight, began to grow pale and suddenly hid behind the clouds. The stars also began to disappear one by one. A faint light appeared in the east and the morning call for prayer came from a distant mosque. The first rays of the sun saw Chandini lying on the ground. She was completely soaked in, dead. The wolf, tired and sleepy, was getting ready to devour her. An assembly of birds perched on top of the tree nearby was debating the result of the fight. Debating means saying about the fight. That means one will be saying the other wolf, the other set will be saying Chandini. So like that the talk was going on. Who is the winner? One of them asked. The wolf, of course, most of them. So majority of the birds said who is the winner, because when the sun rays had come, who was lying completely soaked in bed? Chandini. And the wolf was tired at the same time, still trying to get ready for jump over Chandini, isn't it? So they had said wolf. A wise old bird declared with confidence, Chandini is the winner. But the old bird who has been watching had said, it is Chandini is the winner. Why? Because she must have not dead, isn't it? Maybe she will be killing whom? The wolf. Or till her death she must have fought bravely or courageously with whom? With the wolf. Why did Chandini refuse to join the group of wild goats? So why she did not go and join with the wild goats? The goats had asked her to join with them, isn't it? So she politely refused. Why? Because she wanted to enjoy the freedom by herself. She wanted to enjoy the freedom by herself, isn't it? So she did not want to join with anybody. Chandini fought the wolf because she was stronger than the wolf, hated the wolf, or had to retain her freedom at all costs. Yes, that is the answer. Had to retain. Retain means get back her freedom. That means once if the wolf is being killed at any cost. Once if the wolf is killed, then there is no fear for anybody, isn't it? If only that old wolf is staying over there and killing all the goats, isn't it? So Chandini was courageous and she wanted to get back her freedom, isn't it? That is why she had fought till the end of her life, isn't it? She wanted to get freedom. So once the wolf is being killed, then there is no fear for any of the goats to go beyond the hills and enjoy themselves, isn't it? Because the wolf is there, now what is happening to the poor goats? Whoever is going there are eaten by the wolf. Why did the wise old bird say Chandini is the winner? Because till the end of her life she has fighting with the whom? With the wolf. She did not run away, isn't it? Death is in an open field is better than life in a small hut, Chandini said to herself. Was it the right decision? Yes, we can say yes, isn't it? Because when Chandini was saying, with the Abu Khan, a rope is being tied around her neck, isn't it? So she was not having that freedom, and at the last moment when she asked that she wanted to go to the hills, what did he do? He had put her in a small hut and locked the room, thinking that she will not go outside, isn't it? But what happened? The window was open over there and she ran out of it, and thus escaped from the small hut of Abu Khan, isn't it? And second time when she was getting that fear, that wolf, the sound maybe of the wolf, what Abu Khan had said, she got fear, isn't it? Because no one is over there and only darkness. And in the darkness, first she felt the fear. But she thought, why to fear? Isn't it? Because it is better to die in front of that animal than to go back to Abu Khan's hut. That means hut is being considered as a prison for her, isn't it? It was a prison for her where she was not having any freedom. All her freedom was locked inside, isn't it? So she did not want to go back to Abu Khan's hut. So she thought it is better to die in the open than to go and lead a life in that small hut. She did not want to be again in that small hut, live again in that small hut. So she thought it is better to die in the open field. Freedom is life, discuss the reference to. So freedom means all animals, all living beings, they all need all living beings, isn't it? All living beings we can say, both animals and humans, we need freedom. So we cannot make them, that means in olden times and all people were considered as slaves, isn't it? Slaves means they were under the ownership of some person, isn't it? And they are considered to be as workers only, giving no food and money and doing the work of them only, isn't it? All the time struggling for their landowners to do landowners, and they are starving and at the same time having nothing for themselves, isn't it? So that kind of life nobody likes. Everybody wanted to live according to their taste and likings. So that they need what? They need freedom. It can be a human being or an animals or a bird also. If you put the bird in many people are keeping the birds in cages. So how do you feel? How do they feel? They feel the same. They don't have any freedom. When they look out, they can see the birds of their own varieties are different, flying and enjoying the beauty of nature, or going far high in the sky, isn't it? But these birds which are kept inside the cage, are they doing anything? They are not able to. We are giving them food and water. That is not sufficient. What they needed, they wanted to enjoy their life, isn't it? The life is only small, within a small period only, isn't it? And within that small period, if that life is not being enjoyed, then what is the need of living? Is there any need of living? No. So we cannot say for 100 years we are going to live. Though we are living, at what time we are living, at that time let us enjoy our freedom, isn't it? That is more important than anything. Even the animals, or even the birds also, why they have to be caged, or why they have to be tied around the neck, isn't it? Leave them, let them also enjoy their own life. Understood? The other lesson, the bird kept in a cage. The same way, why did the man brought that box of cage of animal birds and made them fly? Because he also wanted, why the birds has to be inside the cage. Like him, let the birds also enjoy their life. So everyone should think that everyone wanted to live according to their own likings, according to their own wanted to live according to them, what they need? They need freedom, isn't it? So we cannot tie up anybody's life. It has to be left free. Understood now? So that is the story of Chamuni. I hope you have understood the lesson.